Very good. Welcome NJRocks.tv. My name is Jeff Tureaud. I'll be your host. And today is Jerry Topinka, right?
Yeah, it's Topinka.
How you doing? Topinka.
Very good, yes.
So you're a musician, and we just saw you. You're awesome.
Well, thank you. Really appreciate that.
And I understand you play for some very big people, like the president.
Once in a while.
Well, where was that? That was in George Clooney's house?
Yes, in California.
In California.
In LA, yes.
And he had a party and invited the president.
Well, yeah, actually, yes, Steve Katzenberg did, and he ran this fundraiser, and they paid a lot of money to be there. Fortunately, I didn't have to pay $40,000 a person to be there.
Just to go say hello to these guys. $40,000 to come to their party. That's what I want. I want parties like that.
I want parties like that. He raised I think he raised like 15 million that day.
I only need one. I don't need 15. I need 1 million.
I know. And as a musician, you know that old joke, right? How do you make $1 million in the music business? Start out with 5 million.
You're right. Exactly. Right.
Exactly. Right.
Sometimes in photography too.
But I can't take all credit for that. My wife was a science teacher. They picked her, but we didn't know we were getting calls all the time, and they were screening us. They screened a whole bunch of people, and she was, teacher of the year. Her son was on an attack sub, and she had a lot of qualifications. Then when they talked to me, the thing that made me stop and go, wait a minute, they said, what's your social security number? I went, well, if you who you say you are, don't you have my social security number?
Just checking.
Just checking.
Right.
And they said it would make it easier, so my wife checked the number and it went to Obama's headquarters in Chicago with that person's name next to it. So we felt we were safe giving the social security number.
Very interesting.
And then security passed us, and they flew us out there, and
nice.
We were there from 5:30 till 12 o'clock at night, and the president left at 11:30. So we spent a good amount of time with him. We had a great time.
And did you play for him? And did you
no, but they do have my CDs.
Okay, you spread them out.
Right.
There you go. Who wants one, right? Who's got $10 left?
I actually signed it to the president. I don't know if you know if he heard it yet, though. Who knows?
Well, very cool. So you're from around here. You live in Marlboro now?
Manalapan.
Manalapan?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you basically perform for, you teach.
Yes.
You have
I
students.
teach out of the house now. Yeah.
So if anybody needs somebody to teach your kid or grown up.
That's right. I have a site. You can go right on the site, jerrytopinka.com, and all the propaganda is there. All the propaganda is there.
So they can learn how to get a hold of you.
That's
and,
right.
For any lessons, guitar lessons.
And I love the guitar. I mean, I've been playing so long now. I can't believe I'm this old, but it happens. I've been playing since 1954, so anybody loves the guitar.
You're into
great.
it.
I'm into it. Yeah.
Okay. It was pretty cool. We were talking earlier about how you play for Freehold Music, which used to be right over here across the street from us.
That's right.
On Pond Road there, and I used to ride motorcycles all up and down there.
Yeah, you were the guy.
There's a bunch of us.
There's a bunch of
Yeah,
us.
it was the crew.
Well, I had been on the road for quite a while, and then we played all the main showrooms in Vegas. I actually, did shows with this group called Chelo. We had a song on the radio. We played with Gloria Gaynor and the Tramps, and it was a really great run. Great bunch of guys. There was 6 of us. And we played alongside of, Liberace one time.
He's cool. I like Liberace.
But who's the drummer? What's his name? It's just my mind. Buddy Rich. We played with Buddy Rich. I think it was 1976 alongside of him. And my son was about 5 or 6 years old. So I guess he didn't feel threatened with my son, but he took us out to dinner, and he mostly talked to my son. Gave him a pair of steaks, this way,
Still has them?
Oh yeah, we have the pictures. We took pictures with Buddy. But it's been a great run. I mean, there's a lot of people I met along the way that were just terrific.
You turned Freehold Music around a little bit.
Yes.
From how many?
Well,
students?
they started. Well, they were on Pond Road where Staples is.
Right.
So when they were there back in '82 when I joined up, they offered me the studios to run the whole thing when they moved to where they are now, the location they are now. And I took it from like 160 students to 1,500 a week with 40 teachers.
Awesome. They must have loved you, huh?
Yeah. Well, we kept having to build rooms on.
Right.
You know, we kept building more rooms and more rooms and
And
more.
then they moved down to where, James Way or down there?
Yeah, near the coat factory.
Right,
Burlington
right,
Coats?
right.
Right,
On the
right.
South
Yes.
Freehold.
Yes. That was good. I did that for maybe 15 years, something like that. From 92, I think, to '05, somewhere around there.
It's a fairly stress-free job, right?
Oh, yeah.
Dealing with the
Sure.
kids.
A lot of
No,
kids.
don't do that.
No,
Like this.
I had a whip in a chair. That's what I had. A whip in a chair. The
That's to
parents.
keep the women off.
The parents are the tricky ones to handle. They're the ones. I mean, the kids are
Same
not too
here.
bad, but it's the parents. You know, everybody wants their kid to be talented, but it's not always true.
Same here when they come in for our portraits, they want them to smile for some reason. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Smile, smile. I said,
Yeah.
ooh, wait a second. He can do whatever he wants here. If you don't want to smile, don't smile. And then they start smiling.
That's right. I know. I mean, I had parents tell me things like, I had one incident, well, you know, you're gonna get all those people together, you're bound to have incidents. But you just have to stay calm, relax, take a breath, try to see it from their side, you know what I mean? And sometimes it's very hard to see it from their side. I had a student, just to give you a quick story. This student comes in, and the mother tells me, well, we took lessons down the block, but they weren't really too good, so he wasn't really learning. So we heard about you, we're gonna come, you know. So I said, sure. So I go in there, the lesson, he's been playing now about 8 months, which should have completed the first section of this book. So I asked him to play a piece, he couldn't play it, so I kept turning back, and then finally I'm like, what's this note? He didn't know, I went back. Now, I'm on the first note you learn, it says E right up there, and there's the note. I go, what's the name of that note? I mean, the letter's this big. And he goes, I don't know. So it's fine, you can't hold that against the kid, he could be nervous. So I said, listen, let's just do this. Start from the beginning book, do as far as you can, and we'll see what happens. Okay, that was the lesson. Now, being back then with all those students and teachers, it's hard to remember one lesson from the next, but when they come in, I sit down, I generally remember where we were at, because I look at the book, okay? So he comes in again for the next lesson. The mother says, can I talk to you for a minute? And I said, sure. So, and one thing I always told my teachers, always be honest with parents. You've got to be honest with people.
They're terrible. He's no chance. No chance
Well,
in
with
the
a
world.
little diplomacy, just a little. But the mother says to me, which will go nameless, of course, she says, I don't know why you take your frustrations out on your students. You shouldn't do that. I go, frustrated? I said, I never take my frustrations out on a student. What happened? So she says that, you know, he cried after he came out of lesson. I go, really? I said, I don't remember what happened. Let me go in there a minute and just take a look and just get a feel for what happened. So I went in. As soon as I sat down, I remembered the whole thing. Oh, I said, hey, how you doing? I was real nice. And I said, excuse me a minute, let's talk to your mother. I go back out and I said, I know what happened. I had to start from the beginning. But I tried to tell her. She says, she interrupts me, goes, you don't understand. I go, okay, what part is that? She says, my son is gifted. He's in all the gifted classes, and he's the smartest
And he will
kid
be
out
gifted
there.
at guitars, and he
Yes.
will be gifted at this.
Exactly.
Right.
So I said, I tried to be diplomatic, and here was my diplomacy. I said to her, he may be gifted and smart all over, but in that room, he knows nothing. In that room, he knows nothing. And I said, but he did get his name right.
Ah.
So I'll just go back there, and needless to say, that was the
That's
last
the last time you
lesson.
saw him,
The last
right?
time.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Probably, you know?
Yeah.
Move on, kid.
Yeah, move
Go
on.
play the accordion.
Can't do
Yeah.
that. You can't do that. You try. That's all you can do is try.
Bongos or something, right? What would be the easiest?
Bongos? Well, the only
Can't keep a beat.
you know what? It's easy if you're not a perfectionist. If you're a perfectionist, no matter what you pick up, it's hard. But if you're not a perfectionist and you're just happy, you know, whatever you do, you're
Oh,
fine.
sounds good, right?
Sometimes they're the best kind of people. They don't care. They just play the guitar. They make
having
mistakes.
fun.
They're having fun. You know, they're probably having the best time.
Yeah, they're not worried about it too much.
No, they're not worried about it. But I work with some really great musicians, and right now I'm working with some really great people. Grant McAvoy, Paula Johns, Steve Warner, a nice upright bass player. Great stuff.
Pretty good. So right now you're just teaching people, and you do weddings and events and
Yes.
cocktail hour.
Yes, I'm like the gun for hire, you know.
Cocktail hour.
Yeah, pay me and point me.
That's it.
Just don't yell at me, please.
Well, very good. So we're gonna put your information up here. People can get a hold of you if they wanna hire you for their special
Right.
event or teach them how to play the guitar.
Oh, yeah, that
Be
would
able
be
to
fun.
contact you.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot,
Just look it
Jerry.
up on the website there, brother.
You're the man.
Great,
Thank
Jeff.
you.
That
Thank you
was
very much. Nice to have
very
you
nice
on.
meeting you.
And thank you for watching NJRocks.tv. Have a great evening.
This has been an NJRocks.tv presentation, darling.